So totally inappropriate to film in a bathroom, but you know, hey, this is important. So this is one of the big reasons this is called Fontana Hilton, other than the name being on the doors. They have an actual bathroom. This is just up the hill, you know, maybe 100 yards. The heat is on. It's warm in here. There was toilet paper. And one of the things, oh, and there's a shower. Big deal. All functioning. Is, like I said, it's warm in here. One of the things Topo discovered this morning that I wanted to show is there's an outlet tie wrapped up here. So that's his phone charging right now. He discovered that this morning. If he'd known last night, he said he would have fully charged his phone, but he didn't. So almost packed up. I took this spot in the shelter last night. Probably wasn't a great choice because the wind blew in off the lake pretty much all night. Kind of had a nice view from by the moonlight and whatnot. Beautiful day. There were two others in here with me. I had Topo, who I had breakfast with 2 days ago. As you can see, the sun's just about to come up. Not quite yet, but it's coming up. I had breakfast 2 days ago at the Knock with Topo. After I came in from Rufus Morgan, and he had spent the night at the Knock, and then he headed up here. He's headed into the Smokies, meeting his parents, I think Friday. Had a chat with them last night. So a nice area. As you can see, this is, sorry, I should go slower. There's the charger, solar charger that you can plug your phone into. There's more picnic tables down there. There's multiple trash containers around here where you can put your trash, which is a plus. And then just up this little road, not far, you know, like 100 yards, there's a bathroom, which I videoed earlier. So there's the marina. If you're no boat before you get to the Fontana Hilton. Supposedly they put together a pretty decent resupply down there. I'm not going down. I'm headed south from here instead of north. There's the Fontana Dam still. The lake is this way and the downstream that way. I'm just about 3 miles from the Fontana Hilton, and I've climbed up about 1,100 feet. Steady climb. Remember, I'm going southbound. Steady climb. Gets harder as I've gone up, more rocky. I had one place where I didn't use my trekking poles. Probably most people would have. I just kind of went hands and feet climbing up it. But other than that, it's just a steady up. Just a steady up. Obviously 1,100 feet of climbing is quite a bit. You can see the river down there. This is the first, what I would call not great, but usable stealth site I've seen climbing out of Fontana. Again, remember I'm headed south. I'm like 3.2, 3.6, I don't know what it is, miles from there. You can, with the trees not having leaves yet, I've been able to see the dam and the lake pretty much the whole time. It's also 1,650 feet of descent from here to the shelter. So 3.7 miles and 1,800 feet of climb from the Fontana shelter. And this is the first actual, you know, decent stealth site, campsite I've seen. So if you decide to continue on, I mean, it's only 3.7 miles, but it's a lot of downhill. And I mean, this place for 3, 4, maybe a little more if you were desperate, tents in here. I'm at Walker Gap, Appalachian Trail elevation, it says 3450. 3.9 miles from the shelter down that way. Oh, that's a little bit of blowdown. Right? It's right in the middle of the trail. I just kind of climbed through to get here. There's been some blowdown on the way up. 2,000 feet of climb, 3.9 miles, and about, I think it was 300 feet of descent after I left the shelter this morning. So, good climb. So I thought the gap was the end of my up for the day. It was not. Trail turned and just continued up. A little rocky. Now I'm pretty close to at the top. I'm 2,200 feet and 4.4 miles from the 2,200 feet of climb and 4.4 miles away from the shelter. And much to kind of my surprise, if you look, I don't know what you're looking on for TV or whatever, but I try to. So that line right through the woods right there is the dam itself, and you can see the lake. So somewhere right between the lake and the dam there would be where the Fontana Hilton is at. So a couple nights ago, they did get a pretty good dump of snow up in through here, and you can see in the shady parts there's still some left. Most of it's obviously gone because now it's just wet and slippery, but I mean, right along the trail. So I haven't had a lot of problem with snow. I just wanted to mention it. Just when you think you're going to get going. Right in the middle of the trail. Okay. Heading south. I'm at Cody Gap Shelter. 6.6 miles from Fontana Dam. It's 0.9 up to Yellow Creek Mountain Road, where I could go to a hostel. It is Brown Fork Gap Shelter is 6.1, which is outside of my reach for today. Here's the shelter, old log cabin style. Sits down here in a little valley surrounded, probably pretty well sheltered. There's a stream right out front here. Trail goes that way, and I'm sure up. Privy is right out back there. Looks pretty big. I need to get going. It's 27.8 miles between the Fontana and the NOC, which is where I'm headed. So that's 3 days of hiking for me, figuring I'm doing a 10-mile day is my best. Ideally, it would be 10, 10, and 7.8 and get in early on the third day. But, you got to take what you get. I got another campsite coming up, and there's a potential maybe I would take without water, but I'd have to get water first, so I got some planning to do. I'm at Yellow Creek Gap. There's a hostel that will come pick me up here. Tempted, but it doesn't make sense. Still leaves almost 22 to the knock. This is the good dry day. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, last weather report I had. So I want to push on. I'd like to get that down to under 20 to the knock, so in the 2 days I got left to do it, I can go there. The last reliable water source listed before the campsite I'm headed to. I'm still 2 miles away from the campsite, and I've got a really scary looking up and down between here and there. But so I'd rather not be carrying the extra water. But I came into here with about 750. The water source at the campsite is listed as unreliable, and there are no recent reports, and it's been wet, so it's probably good. But the last 2 reports, one said dry and the other one said there was a mud puddle you might be able to dip out of if you had to, which I'd rather not do. So I got into the tent site I was hoping to, campsite. I forget the name of it. Oh, there's a sign over here. Anyway, my tent is up. I haven't got anything set up inside of it. I got some of my stuff in and some not. I want to get it set up before it starts to get dark and cold, but it's really not too cold. This is Cody Gap. Here's my day 23 wrap up. 9.8 miles from Fontana Hilton to Cody Gap. A lot uphill, not a lot of cruisy. The problem is my goals today were I wanted to get to 10 at least, because I'm planning based on 10. I didn't make that, and there's nothing within a couple of miles as far as a place to stay that I could have pushed a little harder. I would have had to push another 2.5 or whatever, and I would have been working after dark, so that wouldn't work for me. I wanted to get the distance to Fontana, to the NOC, excuse me, down to under 20, and I did that. It's 19.3. But the problem is, as I sit here and try to plan where tomorrow night's campsite is, I'm either coming short and making the third day too long and unachievable, or I'm going probably beyond my ability tomorrow to make the third day achievable. So I don't have a really good working plan right now. I'm going to get up as early as I can, push as hard as I can, and as the day goes on, I'll try to figure out where's the best place for me to stop. See what happens tomorrow. Other than that, it was a great day to hike. I saw no one on the trail today. I'm going to wrap it up with that. I still don't have a plan for the Smokies, by the way, because right now I don't have a great plan to get me back to the NOC.